What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and welcome to the final video here of the Pokemon Ruby walkthrough. It has been a long journey, and we are still here in the post-game, catching the final set of legendary Pokemon that we can. And today will be the Regis, of course, if you've been following the series. We've already caught Groudon. In the main story, we've already caught Rayquaza as well as Latios. So yeah, we are here in Pacific Log Town because in order to catch the Regis, there are a lot of things that you need to do. And, it's just a bunch of different stages. You need to have a Pokemon that knows Dive. You need to catch some Pokemon, have them positioned in your party, do a bunch of other random puzzles and whatnot. But don't worry, I will be covering all of that in this episode, and I'm kind of just going to be taking it one step at a time. So, first things first, you're going to want to come over here to Pacific Log Town and have a Pokemon with Dive. I had to reteach Dive to Thanos here, because over here on whatever route this is, 133 or something, 132, there is going to be a spot in the rapids that you need to dive to. And it's actually kind of hard to reach, if I'm going to be honest, so if you just follow where I'm going, I actually had to practice this route a bit. But you're going to want to kind of start on the south side, get to where this black belt is, and then it doesn't really matter where you go from here, just try to get over to this next little big, shoreline here. It's not even, it's not even an island, if I could speak. And go straight left once you reach here, and this should take you to, you know what? I think I messed it up. No, I didn't mess it up. Okay, for some reason I thought I was going the wrong way, but no. You do want to reach these two swimmers right here. From these two, you want to go to this other big island, and let me spray another max repel. And, just head straight left again. This will take you to a small little island over here. Now, it's important, once you reach this little island right here, you're going to want to try to stick to the sort of middle left side of it, so anywhere along these tiles, because if you do, that will take you to the diving spot, and you can see that it's pretty tight. There's a lot of currents kind of pushing away from here, so you have like 2 tiles to get in here. It is pretty tough. But, once you're here, you can go ahead and use dive, and dive on down. And we are now in the underwater portion, and you're going to want to swim south. It's kind of just a straight path here. Nothing too crazy, no maze or anything like that, even though we do move pretty slowly. And you're going to come across some Braille here at the very end. Now, don't worry, because it's 2022 and everyone knows how to do the puzzle now. We don't need to know Braille. I mean, I can't believe back in whatever this was, 2003 or something, that they were having, kids learn Braille to try and figure out this puzzle. It was freaking crazy, but, fun fact, this, Braille just spells out, I think it's like resurface here or dive up here or something. And yeah, you can resurface with dive, and this will take you to the sealed chamber. So now you're kind of in a big old cave, and don't worry about any of these, Braille writings here. They kind of just say a couple things. They kind of outline what you're supposed to do in the different chambers. But you want to come to this back one, and this is where you're going to want to use dig. Now, I didn't really think about this when I first taught dig to Little. Or sorry, not Little, but, I did teach it to Little, but now I taught it to Rogers. But yeah, you only get 1 TM for dig in this game. So if you are planning on doing the Reggie side quest, I would highly recommend keeping that TM for dig. I didn't really think about it because a while back I taught Blaziken dig, but then I ended up teaching him Earthquake over dig. So yeah, I just wasn't thinking. I didn't realize that was the only time you'd get dig, and I sort of forgot that you do need dig for this side quest. So I maybe sort of kind of cheated it in the game, but we don't have to talk about that. The only other way to get dig is by leveling up like either a Trapinch or an Incada. And I think you have to level it to like 45 or close to 50 is when they naturally learn dig. So you can do that if you don't have the TM. But yeah, anyways, once you are in the middle of the back wall, you're going to want to use dig right here, and that will open up this doorway into another secret room. This is the inner chamber. There's some more Braille writing. And again, it's kind of just things that sort of outline what you're supposed to do in each of the chambers, but we will get to that very soon. Here is another Braille writing, and you know what? I forgot. We are missing a piece of the puzzle before we can unlock the 3 chambers, and that is Relicanth. So if you were to read some of these Braille writings, but I guess it's fine, you know, I can do cuts and everything with the magic of editing. But yeah, if you were to read these Braille writings, in Ruby and Sapphire, they are going to say that Relicanth comes first and the Wailord comes last. Now, luckily, Wailord, I already have on the team, obviously. I used a Wailord during the playthrough. However, I did not have a Relicanth. Now, you do need these 2 Pokemon. By the way, if you're playing Pokemon Emerald, you're actually going to need Wailord in the first slot of your party and Relicanth in the last. Again, in Ruby and Sapphire, it is the opposite. But yeah, before you come down here, it would probably be a good idea to have both of those Pokemon. I didn't think about that. But yeah, in order to get Wailord and Relicanth, first, there's Wailord. Now, I believe there's like a 5 or 1% chance that you can encounter wild Wailords in the surrounding routes. However, it might just be easier to catch a wild Wailmer and level it up that way. On the other hand, Relicanths are only a 5% encounter rate in underwater areas. So, yeah, I still have yet to catch one. So this should be pretty fun. Luckily, I do have an escape rope. I'm not even sure where this will take us. Okay, back here, that's nice. But yeah, it is time to go look for a wild Relicanth because I kind of forgot you needed to have it before you came down here. And finally, I have run into a Relicanth. As I said, it is a 5% encounter rate here in really any of the underwater areas. It doesn't matter what route you are on. I believe I'm in between like Lily Cove and Moss Deep right now. Now, a bite should not kill this thing. Yeah, we're chilling. We are chilling. Just wanted to get a bit of damage on it. This thing is a water and rock type, but at this stage in the game, if you're doing this post-game, then it should not be too hard to catch. So, yeah, I apologize. I sort of forgot that you needed Relicanth before going to the chamber. For some reason, I thought you could wait until after, but no, then the stuff doesn't activate. So, we are going to quickly catch this man if he would stay in the ball, you know, if he would be so kind. And then we will head back to the chamber the same way that I did before. But, man, these Ultra Balls, they really don't want to work. I don't want to have to put any more damage on you. I'm really scared of a crit because, yeah, this thing, as I said, took a while to find. There were just too many Clam Pearls and Chinchous out here, and they kept on popping up. But there we go. We caught the Relicanth. So let me go ahead and stick this man on the team, and we will get back to the sealed chamber. So I am back here in that inner chamber room, and you can see that I have Wailord in the back of the party, Relicanth in the front of the party. Despite how weird it sounds, this is what you need to do. If you're playing Pokemon Emerald, the rules are reversed. You will want Wailord in the front and Relicanth in the back, by the way. But yeah, let's head to the northernmost stone again, and after we press it, now there's going to be some shaking going on. And apparently, somehow, 3 chambers / doors have opened up around the region, and they are going to be in places called the Ancient Tomb, Desert Ruins, and Island Cave. So, yeah, again, I'm not really sure the significance of Relicanth and Thanos, aka Wailord. They seem like a weird pair of Pokemon to give this role to. But nonetheless, we can head on out of this cave, and now we are very close to being able to catch the legendary Pokemon. So let's head on over to the first location. Time for stop number 1. We are over here in the desert section of Route 111. And you might have noticed earlier on in the game, first let me make sure I've got Max Repels sprayed. And yeah, if you came here earlier in the game, you might have noticed that there's a weird little rock chilling here surrounded by other, you know, smaller rocks. And now, because we've done that puzzle in the sealed chamber, the door has opened up to this little cave. And keep in mind how this thing looks because it's how the other 2 caves are going to look as well. But let's head on inside, and at first you're going to be confused because it's empty. You know, you would think Regirock is here, but he's not. Which, by the way, Regirock is the one that we are looking for. But, yeah, if you go ahead and read the Braille, in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, it is going to say right, down, and then something like use the HM for strength. If you're playing Emerald, it's going to say left to left, down, use the HM for Rock Smash. And as weird as it sounds, that's what you need to do. You literally need to go 2 tiles to the right, 2 tiles down, and I went ahead and I think I put Strength. No, did I? No, yeah, Rogers has always had Strength. So let's go ahead and randomly use Strength, and look at that. The door has opened up. I know, it's super weird, super random, but here we go. Regirock is chilling in the middle of this room, and this is the first Reggie that we can capture. So yeah, expect to do, you know, a weird little, I don't know if you call it puzzle, in each of the areas where the Regis are located. Now, luckily, these guys are only level 40, because, of course, you can do this before, you know, taking on even the 8th gym and stuff. But, yeah, so I don't think they're as hard to catch as something like Rayquaza, for example, but they are still legendaries. So, yeah, they are definitely still tough to catch. My plan is to kind of just get in here, paralyze them with Bolt, and then whittle them down and hope for the best. So we already got him down to about half health. I'm going to start going for some bites now. Let's hope we don't crit. Come on, Bolt. Do not crit with a bite. Of course, I did save, so it's not the biggest deal. But, yeah, come on. Bite, don't crit. Thank you. That is perfect. And now I'm just going to start chucking Pokeballs. So, again, they can take a while to catch if you're unlucky. Of course, you know, weakening it, putting status on it will help. So I'm probably not going to show the entire battle for all 3 of the Regis, but I'll go ahead and show Regirock since he is the first one. And I feel like we might get him pretty quickly. I mean, he's almost at like 1 hit point, and we do have him paralyzed. So come on, Regirock, don't make this harder than it needs to be. Unfortunately, things like Dusk Balls weren't a thing yet. Those would be nice to have since we are in technically a cave or an enclosed space, I guess. But, yeah, this is Reggie number 1. If you noticed in the overworld sprite, he kind of looked gold, which I thought was really weird. I've always thought that was pretty weird. And honestly, I think all of the Regis look like that. I'm pretty sure they all have that same sprite. And also, Bolt's gonna die here. Yeah, this thing has set up like 10 freaking curses. But, yeah, for some reason in Gen 3, the overworld sprites are like gold, even though none of the Regis really look anything like that. Maybe they were hinting at Regieleki. Oh my gosh, in Generation 3? No way! No, I'm just kidding. I'm not one of those crazy Pokemon theorists because, yeah, that theory would just make no sense at all. And you can really see how tough these things are to catch. They may still have the same catch rate as stuff like Rayquaza. I'm not too sure, though. So, yeah, you kind of just gotta sit here and hope for the best. Oh, it shook twice. Come on, I really thought we were gonna have it right there. I may end up having to do a cut because I don't want this video to be, you know, crazy long or anything. And it would also be pretty boring and a little anticlimactic with it being the final episode and all. And you guys are just sitting here and watching me catch a Regirock, Regis, and Registeel. I guess I can go ahead and talk about the new information for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that got released today. I uploaded a reaction video to it over on the main channel. However, when this video goes up, it's going to be yesterday. But, yeah, a lot of cool news. It was really just showing off more gameplay, nothing, like, crazy new. Besides, we did get the reveal of a Girafarig evolution, which is really cool. And, yeah. However, you know what's not cool? This freaking Regirock. I'm gonna chuck one more Ultra Ball, and then I will just cut ahead in the video so I do not waste any time. Let's see. Okay, Regirock, you suck. Oh my goodness, I finally caught the Regirock. I kid you not, it is the next day. It has been literally an entire day since the last clip in this episode. Hence why, you know, this video is going up so late on Friday. But hey, we're still going to keep up the daily upload streak. It just did not help that Regirock took forever to stay in the freaking Pokeball. I mean, literally, I spent like 30 or 45 minutes after, you know, making the cut last night, trying to catch this thing, and I had to say screw it. Like, it just wasn't working. This was at least 15 attempts in total, 15 or 20, something like that. But we got it. That's all that freaking matters. And, you know, the only bad news is that's only number 1 out of 3, meaning we still have 2 more Regis to catch. No, you do not deserve a nickname. You will never be coming out of the PC, you stupid freaking rock golem. I mean, I don't know, man. That was crazy. I got it down into the red and paralyzed it every single time, and that man was just stubborn. He didn't want to budge. So anyways, now that we have finally caught Regirock, it's time to hunt the next Reggie. Okay, so I am just north of Doofertown here, and I'm actually going to head back to Route 105, because this is where the island chamber is located, or whatever it's called, and this is where Regice can be found. So if you remember, we did actually go by the little cave entrance earlier in the game when we were first checking out this route. You kind of just want to stick to the left side of the route and then go to the left as soon as you can, and then from there you will be able to surf north. Now this puzzle, if you can even call it that, is very interesting, because what you're going to need to do here in Ruby and Sapphire is click on the Braille and just take your hands off the buttons, leave it there for 2 minutes, and eventually the door will open. And there we go. Obviously, I wasn't going to have you guys wait for 2 minutes, but yeah, I just kid you not. I mean, sit there for 2 minutes and it will eventually open. Now, in Pokemon Emerald, it's a little bit different. You have to, like, walk 1 lap around the room. But here in Ruby and Sapphire, you just sit down and wait, and look who it is, Regice. Oh boy. Can't wait to try and catch another legendary. Yeah, you can guarantee that I'm going to be doing another cut. I apologize for all the cuts in this episode, but I mean, if I didn't do them, this video would be crazy long because of how freaking long it's taking to catch these legendary Pokemon. But let's just hope Regice goes a little bit smoother. That would be nice. Hey, Regice might just be my new favorite Reggie because that only took 2 attempts. So yeah, that was pretty nice. Regice might be a little bit more annoying to weaken down than Regirock because of its really good special defense, but luckily it can't hit you as hard as Regirock can, so yeah, there we go. We caught Regice, much easier than Regirock, and that means there is only 1 more Reggie to go before we complete the trifecta. Okay, so I am back here on Route 120, kind of right near where it crosses over into Route 121. And in order to reach the last chamber, you're going to want to head up that staircase. And, oh, I kind of forgot there was grass. Ew, gross grass. Give me a max repel. I don't want to run into any wild Pokemon. The Regis are bad enough. But yeah, if we come through this grass, head up the other set of stairs, you will see that this chamber has now opened up. The easiest way to get here is to probably just fly to Relicanth City and then head west past the Safari Zone and stuff. And if you're playing Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, you're going to want to read the Braille, then go to the exact middle of the room and use the HM for Fly. Now in Emerald, it will be basically the same thing, but you will actually use the HM for Flash instead. So here is a Registeel, and this is the final Reggie that we need to capture. So I'm going to drop a save because I don't want to have to catch Regice again. And let's take this man on. By the way, I think I haven't mentioned, but I do just find the Reggie cries really funny, and I know, like, especially Regirocks have, you know, that one's become a meme because it's like the So, yeah, that their cries are pretty funny. I wish I had the game volume turned up for me, but hey, at least for you guys it's turned up. And Registeel was not even that hard. I mean, that went by quicker than Regice, so hey, at least they got, like, progressively quicker, which was cool. Completely disregard what I said earlier. Again, it's been a day, but I'm pretty sure in the first part of this episode, I was like, oh, these things don't have as, you know, difficult of a capture rate as Rayquaza or something. But at least Regirock does, because holy cow, that might have been, like, one of the worst experiences I've ever had trying to catch a Pokemon. It was terrible. But anyways, we have now caught all 3 Regis, which completes the side quest, so that is really cool. Now, I don't think there's any benefits or well, you know, there's some benefits, but I don't think there's any rewards or anything. I'm going to quickly look at my guide here. Let's see. I think you can actually enter them into the Battle Tower, which is pretty sick. They're the only legendaries that can do that. And yeah, other than that, there's no, like, legitimate rewards you can get in-game. Of course, you can transfer them over to the Gen 4 games, which will unlock Registeel. But look at this, we can now line up our 6 legendaries here. And of course, you know, in this walkthrough, I couldn't get any mythicals or anything like Jirachi, Deoxys. All those Pokemon are event mons, and I can't get Kyogre either because it's a version exclusive. Same with the Latias. But for the legendaries that we could get here in the post game, you know, it was super awesome to get them. Some were difficult, some were very easy, but it's cool seeing them all lined up here. And I should probably put Gardevoir back on the team because, as I said at the beginning of this episode, this is the final video of the Pokemon Ruby walkthrough. So, yeah, we can take one more look at the team, the guys that carried us through the game. Bolt the Manectric, Rogers the Aggron, Petey the Cacturne, Little the Blaziken, Thanos the Wailord, and Wally the Gardevoir. All of these were really great team members. Most, if not all of these Pokemon, you know, I've never used before. So it was really fun to try out some new mons. And, yeah, as I said, this is the end. We have completed the main storyline, defeated the champion, done all that stuff. And then in the past couple of episodes, we've done the post-game, you know, caught Rayquaza, Latios, the Regis, went on the SS title, and all that. And, yeah, Ruby and Sapphire, not too big of a post-game. But it is pretty cool, nonetheless, to catch the legendaries. And just because this is the end of one series, it does not mean that it's the end of, like, the channel or anything, just in case anyone thought it was. But I will say, you know, thank you guys so much for the support on this series. I could tell from, like, you know, the very first few videos of Pokemon Ruby that, like, this series was going to get the channel rolling because they were just bringing in more and more views. So I really do appreciate it. A lot of you guys have been enjoying the content, leaving nice comments. Of course, you know, always leave comments, man. I love to respond to them. And be sure to check out the other two walkthroughs that I've already done here on the channel. And speaking of other walkthroughs, we've got a new one coming out hopefully tomorrow. I have not worked on the layout or anything for it yet. But, you know, I'm planning on doing that after I get this video up tonight. But yeah, it'll be Pokemon Leaf Green, I believe. I don't think it's Fire Red. I gotta double check that. But yeah, episode 1 of that should be dropping tomorrow. We're going to try our best to keep up the daily upload schedule. And once again, just thank you guys for the support on this series. I think this was like the best performing series on the channel so far. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. And yeah, as I said, this is the final one here for Ruby and Sapphire. New walkthrough coming out tomorrow. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, deuces.